Okay, what is up y'all? Today we're back again with the beginner series and our second and last video on the Yukon. Last video we talked about the kind of general and basics of this map and where everything kind of is except for the red fox, just because I don't really hunt them and I'm not too sure about it. I did do a little bit of searching around, so why don't we start with that very quickly. But I found generally red foxes were down in this area. They were around all of these lakes, this lake over here as well, around this lake, but I haven't really looked in this northern region too much, so might be there, might not be there. Like I said, not the best person for red foxes, but the rest of the animals we talked about last video. But today we are going to be doing all of the missions so that we can unlock this outpost over here. Because if we were to go there now, which I will very quickly do off camera, you will notice that you won't be able to go there. Well, you will be able to go there, but there's going to be nothing to unlock just because there is currently, you can't unlock the outpost because it's not there yet physically. So I will quickly run over there, place a tent there just for later so that we can do the missions a little bit faster, and then we're going to get started with the starting missions on this map because we only partly started them. So let me quickly do that and then I'll be right back. Well, here we are now. This is where the outpost location should be, and as you can see, the house is burnt down. You will know why in the missions at some point later on, but we're probably not going to go as far because otherwise this would just be a missions video. These missions aren't all about hunting. I think there's maybe one or two about hunting, but the rest is mostly just about doing tasks for the person who owns the reserve. So we will just basically go around and shoot what we can in the meantime. But let me place a tent here. Oh, where did I have my tents on here again? Should probably look around. If I have, I didn't take a tent with me. I just played on my main account. So I just showed this. I just walked here for no reason. But let me just go ahead and we're going to start with the missions, which is going to be at the outpost that we started off with. So the first thing we did last episode, if you remember, we went to this lookout tower and to this house, which is the first part.
100 years ago or so, felled trees would be dragged down there. The teams would strip them down and roll them into the river. Then they'd be bundled up and towed out to the sawmills. The outpost sits on top of the old workers' campsite.
Okay, well, what I was just saying is you need to cover this outpost and that lookout tower up there. Just unlock both of them, and then the last thing that you have to do is just interact with this trash bin over here. And then I think there's going to be some more dialogue. I will let the dialogue play here today, just so you guys get the same experience as home. I do want to say, if you want to play the story missions, please watch this video only after you do them, because I will spoil the storyline of this in general.
People often struggle to lock these heavy-duty trash cans, but if they leave it just a little bit open, all sorts of trouble could come sniffing around. I think we got lucky this time. Thanks for taking care of that. Oh, one last thing. Before you move on, can you take a look at the firewood inside the cabin? Damn, this is bad news. These logs have all the signs of a beetle infestation. Let me see if I can check in with the hunters who must have cut the firewood. I have the number for their satellite phone in the log somewhere. I'll get back to you. Just found the number. I knew I had it here somewhere. I'll give the hunters who stayed here a call and see what they have to say. I'll call you back in a moment after I've landed.
But I kind of know what we have to do, so I know we have to go up here and then inspect some trees in just a second here.
Chat with the hunters who chopped the logs you found at Loggers Point. Turns out that the cabin had been out of firewood, so they'd gone looking for a fallen tree to carve up. You are now in the same forest they were when they found our beetle-infested tree. No answers from the hunters yet. I'll keep trying. There's an outpost in the forest to your northwest. If you follow the trail, you'll find it. I have a hunch that... Oh, phone's ringing. I'll call you back when I get some answers from these guys about where they cut the wood. Head to the forest outpost in the meantime. I'll bet that's where they were.
Okay, well, wow, we gotta go back to the outpost. But what I was basically saying, these are kind of the tasks that we're going to be having to do here. We're just gonna have to run around a little bit, take some pictures, do some jobs for him. And it's usually a good way to just get to know the map.
Hey, I see you're near the forest outpost. Once you get up there, take a look in the cabin. There should be a backpack with some supplies in it. When you find it, just grab the whole pack.
Well, what I was saying is it shows you quite a few nice spots on the map, and we will get to probably hunt one or two things, but I just wanted to throw this in the beginner series just so that you guys would know how to actually unlock that outpost, because it is unique to this map only with that certain outpost.
That's the one. Once you're done at the outpost, take a look in the surrounding forest. Can you find any fallen trees in that area?
So
Spruce bark beetles are a massive threat to Alaska's spruce forests at the moment. We haven't been hit as badly compared to some other Alaskan state parks. But I think that it may be time for a quarantine. Okay, so once you find a fallen tree, I want you to take a look at its bark. Does it look healthy? If so, it's probably not the tree we're looking for. This is the one. Okay, in that pack you should have a canister of paint and a nozzle attachment. Use them to paint a big pink X on the tree. And let's take a look around to make sure the beetles haven't started to spread. Great job. I hope we don't need to cut these trees down, but it's the small price to pay to contain will come out and take care of it. If it's untouched, they can just spray it with pesticides to protect it. If it's already infested, then they'll cut it down and haul it away for burning. There we go. I used to resent another tree makes me go out there and work. This reminds me of my summer breaks when I was a kid. Eventually, helping out my dad's trips also included hunting. He was a tree surgeon.
okay, well, I'm just gonna turn this off. This is, if you want to listen to this, do it in your own game. This is just becoming a little bit too long, and the audio is just gonna overlap, and I think it would be too boring if we just did this for the entire video. So why don't we just wait until he's done talking, and then look where the next task is, and then see if there's maybe somewhere or something we can hunt in the nearby. If I remember correctly, we have to go down here to collect 2 water samples. So why don't we go ahead and go in that direction already? I know that there's caribou around, so we should be able to get 1 or 2 caribous here. Maybe also some bison resting in general, but I guess we'll just see that in a second. And like I said, missions give a ton of cash, so this is going to be good for when we start our next map, next episode. Oof, we've got a couple of caribou back here. Pretty big herd, and I think we just spooked a fox or something like that next to us as well. But big 4 over there. And so is there anything else good here? Doesn't really seem like it, but our task is that we just have to walk down here and get some water samples. So in the meantime, why don't we wait for him to just stop talking and get that 4 down over there. And I think, yeah, this should be fine to take with the 7mm, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, he's going down, so this should work just fine. We're just gonna have to collect 2 water samples here. Maybe we can even get a second kill back there if we're lucky. Let's look. Is there anything? There's another 4 there, so I mean, why don't we use the 243 on this one if we can. I don't know if we had anything good there, but I feel like we should have. But I also don't want to waste our bullets, and he is going down. So let me collect the water sample and then collect those 2, and we're going to go ahead and go to the other lake and pick that sample up as well. But all we have to do is just walk up to that lake, press E, interact, or I think it's square or X on console. So it's either, on PS4 it's either square or X, and on Xbox it's either A or think it's X as well. Yeah. So it's either A or X on Xbox or square and X on PS4. And here's our big level 4 down. 345. Quite a bit away from making diamond, but still a very nice caribou nonetheless, and a good way of getting some cash while we're doing these missions. So we're kind of running through, finding zones, getting cash, and getting the ability to unlock the outpost. And here's our other one as well. Not the biggest 4, but they will go down with the 243 polymer chip bullets. Still just run about probably 200-ish meters. But we have one more lake that we're going to have to go and inspect there. And then after that, I think it's that we have to find some tracks or some... I forgot what the other thing was, but we'll find that out in just a second. So let me just get back over there, see if we can maybe see something like that on the way. Why don't we get him as well? That should be a decent hit. And then we're going to go there, do that water sampling thing. Find those 2 tracks that we need to find, or 3, and move on, because the missions after that are a little bit more interesting for us rather than just running through the fields here, which I would recommend you do if you want caribou, moose, bison. They are around here. I do think that red foxes are here as well. I feel like I've heard them calling around here quite a bit, but I'm not too sure on that. And I don't know how well we actually hit that caribou, because seemingly it's not going down, but it is sort of running in the right direction. So I guess I'll track it down. If I don't find it or it doesn't die, we will just leave it. But if it does, we're gonna go pick it up and take that extra cash with us. One other thing very quickly, if you're looking for these caribou spots and you're having trouble, there is this, it's not a secret lake, like you can see this mini water thing here, but there's a ton of them around here. And our other one seemingly died now, but doesn't matter. Let's just ignore him. But there's a good spot for caribou here. You'll find a lot of them here, even though it looks like a mini lake and like there shouldn't be anything. There are usually around 10 to 15 caribou drinking just at that mini lake. The lake right next to it usually is also pretty good, but I think I spooked most of it with the wind and the fact that I was just sprinting through here, because I'm just trying to get to that lookout tower slash drinking spot back there. And here we are now. So let's just collect this water sample, and I'm pretty sure the next mission is in this area as well, if I remember correctly. Okay, so what we have to find here is just 2 animal droppings somewhere in this region over here, I think it is. It will mark it in just after he's done talking, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is. I don't know if he has more to say, but I just read that we gotta find the droppings, and I remember it being somewhere in this general area, but for some reason it's not. Okay, so just in the muskeg, so I guess you can just see where that is, but I would just call it this area here. I'm just gonna go back to that spot that I just had there for the caribou, just because I know that I'll find droppings somewhere around there. Gonna collect those, and then we're just gonna move on to the next set of missions. Okay, now next mission is just coming down to this outpost over here, and all you gotta do is just grab this hatchet and then make your way over to, you should just make your way over up here to this part, if I remember correctly, because we will have to take down a tree or something up there, because it fell over the tracks, and that's almost going to be one of the last missions that we're going to have to do. So why don't we get our ATV out and start going over there, because that highlight back there is not for this mission. But yeah, there you go. We have to just travel up there, and we have to drop something there off. I didn't quite read what it was, but it's nothing hard. You just gotta walk or like drive up there and place something, and then you should be good with what you have to do. There's nothing special there. You just have to drop off the backpack, and then afterwards run up there to go ahead and cut down the tree that's falling on the tracks. So why don't we go ahead and do that. If I see anything interesting run away in front of us, I will quickly hop off of the ATV here and try and take it down. And here we are now. I don't think we spooked much away. There were some tracks around here, but all you really gotta do, go here, press that. That's all you need to do. This is a pretty cool lake. I don't come here a lot though, to be very honest with you. If I'm on Yukon, I don't even have a tent near here. But it is a pretty good lake for moose in general. Just moose are broken right now, so that's why I'm not really bothered going here that much. But we're leveled up, which I thought we would do at some point, and we have a perk point that we can use. Now, I would like to go for some more steady hands or for muscle memory, but something that we also want in the future is recoil management, just so that our weapon won't shoot up as high and we have less recoil. So why don't we go ahead and buy this perk and start working our way towards that, just to make it easier. And yeah, like I said, next mission is just to go up there and get that bridge cleared up from the tree, and then it will actually reset the time for you, so that is very nice. But while we're over here, why don't we try and get ourselves a caribou down? If we got a good hit on that, I'm not too sure actually now, but it should be fine. It should go down. It is the 7mm, just so that we get a little bit of extra cash while we go here. But that is going to be the bridge where we're going to have to climb on, so let me go over there and see what we have to do. And here is our caribou, and I feel like we're about to be attacked by some wolves, but nothing great there. Just got a stomach hit, so we just aimed too far back. But I just heard a wolf bark at us, so we might have our first wolf encounter in a second. We don't really have a lot of ammunition though to deal with this, so this might go bad. So let me try and get there as fast as possible so that our survival chance is high. In case you want a quick tip of how to get rid of wolves, especially if you're on Quattro Colinas, just run in the water. The wolves cannot physically jump in the water. They will just kind of stand in front of you and bark, but eventually they will leave you. So if you wait or you kill the alpha male of the wolf, they will leave you alone, and you should be able to do whatever you want once you do that again. But let me get up to that ridge or bridge over there, see if there's anything else, and then we're going to reset the time with the mission. And here we are. This is basically the tree that we should take care of. We don't actually have to do anything. All we do is press E, and then here's some sound effects, and that is it. Then it's just going to reset the time to 8 o'clock the next morning. And next thing that we got to do is take a picture of this bridge when the train comes over, which is at 8 AM, but in my experience you can just take that picture basically whenever. Obviously it looks cooler if the train is on it, but you do you. You can always retake this picture at another time, because the train does always come through here at like 8 or 8:15 depending on where you are on the map. But just go here, get your camera out. I never heard anybody having any issues with this, so I'm pretty sure that if you just come here, do that, it should complete the mission. I don't think you actually have to wait for it, but maybe I'm setting at the wrong spot. Just as I say that, there we go, that does it. So should be fine there. And with that being said, I think all we now have to do is, after this mission, is go to that lookout tower up there, and then we should be able to unlock the house, which was basically the point of this whole video in general. Well, we've got some wolves back there, but I was hoping that they would actually attack us, but seemingly they won't. So why don't we just get that 8 mythical down, just for some respawns if we do ever come back here on the Yukon in the future for the beginner series. I don't know for what we might come back, but we'll find a way. maybe at some point I just want to come back here to, I don't know, do shotgun challenges, pistol challenges, or just something else, but we'll just have that just in case, and so I can show you guys the wolves as well once. Something else that I noticed, you don't actually have to go to the lookout tower, so if you look on the map, we are going to be going straight to where that outpost is supposed to be, and we don't even need the lookout tower. Obviously, I'd still recommend you go ahead and get it, just for the XP and so you can see where all the points of interest are for more XP as well, but it's not necessary if you don't want to go that way. And our 8 mythical is down here, so not too big, 38.2, still needed quite a bit to make diamond, but still, hopefully something nice for the future. Here we are now, and you can see this looks a lot different than it did at the beginning. We have a kind of box outpost here with the usual container, plus we have a sort of antenna here, which we can go ahead and press claim on. And with that being said, you guys have this outpost unlocked now and can come here for some wolves, some caribou, some moose, stuff like that. But let me just quickly run you down what you have here. So you have your usual buy station here, like always. You can go in here, obviously. You have your two kind of beds here, and then just a computer station here. You can't use this. This is just for aesthetic purposes. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it helpful on how to unlock that house. Hopefully I didn't spoil the story mission too much for you, but if you want to find out why everything looks like this, just do the next mission. So if you didn't watch the whole video though, you just have to go all the way up to the mission, a place to hang your hat, and you should have this unlocked. Getting all of this, but like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please do smash that like button, as it really does help the channel out a lot. If you're new around here or you have just not subscribed yet, definitely do hit that button and the bell icon so you're always notified when I upload new content just like this. And of course, comment down below, like I said, if this was helpful for you, and if you want me to do a kind of pistol or shotgun weapon score grinding on stream in the future or as a video, because I was thinking about doing it but not sure how many people wanted to actually see that. Also, if you just want to talk to me in general or have questions that require a bit more explaining, definitely join my Discord down below in the description. I'd love to have you there, as you can also find new people to play with as well. And of course, lastly, have a good day, bye bye and peace.